Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is JADE, and in today's video we're going to be doing the second part of my eyeshadow palette declutter. Now, the first video I didn't realize that a lot of you felt that way about your collections and not wanting to declutter. So I wanted to just give you guys a little bit more motivation as to why I'm doing it, so that you can understand my predicament. So basically, in the spirit of transparency, I'm going to show you guys how my storage looks. I'm not even going to tidy it. I'm not going to do any of that. I want you guys to just see and you judge for yourself how I am struggling for space. So this is one of my storage units. So it's just a shelving unit that I've used for my eyeshadow palettes. Now, all those things in front of the eyeshadow palettes are things that should be stored in my Alex drawers over there, but it's overflow. I haven't got any space. The top is filled with packaging that I want to keep and external hard drive saying hi. And I just, anything I get or any like skincare products, I don't have any space to put them. So I just have to whack them in front of the eyeshadow palettes, which ends up looking very untidy. So the first shelf is this, and you can see my camera equipment, some medicine, my personal, my drawer is full basically. I've got second layer, I've got eyeshadow palettes on top of each other, no room. And third layer, eyeshadow palettes on top of each other, again, no room. And then this one is the worst. This is where I keep my skincare products, some of my empties that I want to do a post on. I haven't got anywhere to put my empties anymore. And then the penultimate layer has skincare products from the Inky list. I don't have anywhere to put it, and that's why I keep my Urban Decay Morphe palettes. And then down there I've got extra batteries and things like that with my P. Louise eyeshadows. So this is this drawer unit. I also have this plastic drawer unit over here, which basically houses all of my extras. So my extra foundation, so my eyelashes, like I can't even, it's so full I can't even open it. My extra foundation, extra eyeliner, like extra stuff. So it's full. And then when we swing over, here's my chair, swing over to my Alex drawers. You guys have seen this several times. Like, my room is a mess, so this is judgment free. I'm not doing a room tour for you guys, but I really want you to see how full everything is. So these are all the blushes and whatnot. So the drawers that I use for eyeshadow starts from here. It's very full. So I've managed to get rid of the eyeshadow palettes over here. That was the first declutter. So I've been able to put some skincare products in here. And then some hair care products. So it's really good. So what I need to do is get rid of this drawer by either putting them there and getting rid of stuff, or getting rid altogether. I need to condense this so I can have an extra layer for new products that I'm yet to try, or skincare products, just so that I don't have them hanging over the edge. And those two units are literally where I store my eyeshadow palette. So that is the main reason. So far so good. I haven't tidied the drawers properly because obviously I'm still in the process of decluttering, but I just wanted to give you guys some motivation that it's okay to let go of all this stuff, because there's new stuff coming out, better quality, better packaging. And some of this stuff is old, you're not gonna use them. If it's limited edition and you've got some sentimental value, absolutely keep it. But if you haven't got any sentimental value and you're just keeping it because of the packaging, or you're just keeping it because of the color story, really look into your collection, see if you can duplicate that color story. Or if there's an eyeshadow palette that you've got your eye on and you know in your heart, you know, girl, that you're gonna buy that eyeshadow palette, then get rid so that you can make room for something new and more exciting. So that's basically it. If you're interested in seeing the second half of my declutter, this is gonna be quite difficult for me because these are palettes I haven't really looked at or decided that I'm gonna keep or declutter, so we're gonna do that together. But if you're interested, then keep on watching, and thank you for sticking to my intro. So yeah, let's go. All right, so let's start. Okay, so the first one is from the Beauty Crop, and this is the Cocoa Paradise palette. I did do a video on YouTube using this palette, and for the most part it was okay. It didn't blow me away. I only concentrated on two shades. These two, I do love the color story, but yeah, it was just all right, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. It didn't blow my mind. The next eyeshadow palette is from Kikae Cosmetics. This is their Live in Color 2 eyeshadow palette. Now, I haven't used this on my eyes, but I did swatch it for the brand. This is what it looks like. I don't want to take off the film because it's like a pressed pigment palette, so a lot of it's going to go everywhere. I did swatch it for the brand, and it is very, very pigmented. It's a beautiful eyeshadow palette. So this one is, I'm going to have a category of palettes that I'm going to keep but not use. I'll keep if the brand wants me to do something with it, then I can pull it out and do something with it. But I'm not going to use it, but I'll keep it somewhere completely different to my collection. So it'll be more for like client use, but isn't going to form part of my collection. So next up, I've got the Beauty Crop Stargazing palette. So I have used this one. I used this at the same time in the same video with the Cocoa Paradise palette, and this is a very, very beautiful, this is a very, very beautiful eyeshadow palette. I do like the pigmentation of the shadow. The only color that I used is this one, and maybe a little bit of Luna, but again, it didn't really blow me away, so declutter. Okay, so next up, I've got the Mary Kay eyeshadow palette. Now, I've used this. It's not an eyeshadow palette. I take that back. The Mary Kay kit. So I used this in a video. So I'm able to combine bronzer, highlighter, blush, and 2 eyeshadows. And I do like this palette. I did enjoy the look. I do enjoy the ease. I travel a lot, but because of COVID, I haven't been. So I'll keep this for when traveling, you know, gets back to normal and I can actually go places, because it's a really good handy holiday type of kit. So I'm keeping this one. Okay, next up is this COVERGIRL Peach Punch palette. Now, I've had this one for a while, and it's still, God, it still smells like peaches. It's so, so pretty. I really love the color story. It is brand new. I haven't used it. I haven't swatched it. Haven't done anything with it. But I do think I'm going to declutter it. It's brand new. I haven't used it except for open it. It smells beautiful. But I do feel like I have this color story in my collection, so I am going to get rid. Okay, so next up is it's a brand new palette. I'm not getting rid of this, but I do want to show you guys. This is the BPERFECT Dream Big Manifest eyeshadow palette. I do have the smaller one that they released, but this is new. I haven't even swatched it, haven't played with it. This is a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I really love the color story. It's gorgeous. The tones are just stunning. Love the names as well. Very positive, very empowering, and I can't wait to use it. I'm very excited. So you can see a lot of those rose gold tones from the Peach Punch palette, and I'm sure they're also present in other eyeshadow palettes that I'm going to be keeping. So yeah, definitely keeping this one. I really love it. It's brand new anyway. I've just bought it, so keep. Next up, I've got the Tropical Twilight palette by Tammy. This is her third collaboration with Revolution. And I had mixed feelings about this palette. And to be honest, I've only used it like 2 times after I did my review, just because there are a lot of putty shades and a lot of the shimmer shades are putty. And you guys know me, I like to use one and done eyeshadow palettes when I create my looks, so it kind of just put me off. So my niece has been eyeing this palette, so she practically took the bronzer palette from me, and I'll probably give her this because she's been eyeing it for a long time. It's a beautiful palette, it's just the shimmer shades are just not my type of thing, so I'd rather give it to my niece who loves the color story and wants to use it. So next up is the Revolution Glow eyeshadow palette. Now I have a review of this palette up on my channel. I have a review of this palette and I love this palette. Admittedly, I probably should use it more. I haven't used it as much as I would like to use it, but it's generally a very, very beautiful eyeshadow palette. Love the shimmers, love the pigmentation. I'm gonna keep this one because I feel like I'm getting rid of a lot of Revolution palettes for some reason, but I'm gonna keep this one because the pigmentation was there, the look that I created was there. You've got that black shade to kind of deepen out some of these tones, and I like to wear these tones to work. So yeah, she's gonna stay. Up next, I've got a few of the e.l.f. palettes. So we've got a few of them. So let's quickly run through them. Okay, so these are the e.l.f. what are they called even? These are the mini palettes. I don't know what they're called, but like the bite-sized palette. So this one is called Cream and Sugar. I have only swatched these. I haven't used them on my eyes. I've only swatched them. So I think I'm going to keep them because I would like to use them at least once. So this one is called, what's this one called? Akayu. Like, I would like to at least use them. Even if I do a video, I know I said this the last time when I did my collection video, but even if I do a video using them in one video, I would love to use them. Very Bad. It's just pretty. It's just so pretty. But I think because they're mini palettes, I feel like I'm gonna need to dip into another eyeshadow palette. It just kind of puts me off. So this one is called Carnival Candy. It's pretty. This one is called Truffles. This one's pretty. I really like this one. Cool tone. This one is called Hot Jalapeno. This one's gorgeous. Green. And then the last one is called, what's it called? Rose Water. This one's broken. Okay. So I am going to keep them anyway. Next up, I've got 3 palettes from Revolution Pro. You guys know that Revolution Pro, to me, has one of the best formulas from the whole Revolution line. So I do have a few of these Ultimate Eye Look palettes. This one is called So Jaded, which is my favorite out of all of them because obviously it's green. I've used this a few times. I do like this, so I'm going to keep this one because the packaging is so cute. But I'm not keeping anything because of the packaging. If I don't think I'm going to use it, or if I haven't used it, and no, if I've used it and I don't love it, or I don't think I'm going to use it, then I'm going to pass it on. This one is called Crystal Eye Quad, and I haven't used it, but I feel like I would use it because I've been dipping more into like pinky rose gold type of tones. It's such a pretty eyeshadow palette, and hopefully when I sort out my arrangement, I'll be able to see this palette a little bit better. And then this one I believe I've used. This is Pink Topaz, and I did enjoy using this one. It's so pretty. So pretty. All right, so up next is this black up. I keep saying black opal, I don't know. Black up eyeshadow palette, and this one, does it have a name? I don't know. I don't see a name. Anyway, I don't think I have a video of this, but I think I use this quite a bit on Instagram. And yeah, it's excuse me, it's basic. It's like your basic neutral eyeshadow palette with pops of blue. It was all right. The pigmentation was okay. I didn't go crazy over it. Clearly I used a lot of the black shade. It did its job, but it's not something that I'm dying over. The main thing that made me keep this palette for this long is the packaging, because the packaging just reminds me of my culture, Ankara print type of thing. But in terms of the pigmentation of the eyeshadow palette, it didn't really blow me away, so I'm going to declutter it. Next up, I've got this palette from Thrive Cosmetics. This is their warm neutral eyeshadow palette. And I think I'm going to actually take this out of the packaging because I do like the palette without it. So yeah, so this is from Thrive Cosmetics. I have used this on my YouTube channel. I did do a video using Thrive Cosmetics and I absolutely love this palette. This is, to me, a good neutral eyeshadow palette for my skin tone. And even darker, because you've got that all essential black to kind of deepen out the shades. This highlighter as well is very, very pretty. You could also use it as a shimmer shade on your lid, and I really love the basic neutral shade. If you wanted to do like a neutral cut crease, it's very, very good. The quality of this palette is very good, so I'm definitely gonna keep this palette. This is a good one. Next, I've got the THLEEN Living My Best Life eyeshadow palette. This is in collaboration with Lottie London. So this is THLEEN and Lottie London. And I originally had this palette. I decluttered it and Look Fantastic reached out. I did a video for them. I picked out this palette because I was trying to do a look using their cheapest products. And this palette is very cheap, but the quality is amazing. I really do love the color story. Now, to me, this performs way better. So if I put this side by side with the Black Up palette, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Like the Black Up palette, it's okay, but then when you put it side by side with this one, hopefully they stay in frame, you can see that the THLEEN palette just looks a little deeper, richer, more exciting. The shimmer shades pop a little bit more. Even the blue shimmer shade looks a little bit more interesting. You know, it's just, to me, I'd rather keep this than this. So I'm keeping the THLEEN palette and still getting rid of the Black Up palette. Okay, next up is this palette from Coastal Scents. This is the Revealed Rouge palette. This is supposed to be a dupe. I don't even know if they came out before Urban Decay, but I don't know. It's supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay Cherry palette. Is it Cherry palette? Yeah, we're gonna get to that soon. I did use this. I do love the quality of this. It is very, very pigmented and very beautiful. I am tempted to keep this because it's still being sold by Coastal Scents. I know some people still have this palette and it's a lot cheaper than the Urban Decay palette. So I think I will keep this for now. I might change my mind, but I think I'll keep it for now. Definitely keeping this one because I got rid of my Urban Decay Smoky palette. And this is the only like smoky palette that I have now. So this is the Revealed Smoky eyeshadow palette. I really loved the smoky palette, but a friend of mine plied it out of my hands, so I had to let it go, and then they discontinued it. So I was like, great. I can't even get it again. But I've got this one from Coastal Scents, which is a really, really good dupe, so I'm keeping. Next up, I've got this palette from Profusion. This is their Amber Eyes palette, and honestly, you guys, this palette is a beauty. This is a beautiful eyeshadow palette. I've had this palette for a long time now, and I still love the quality. I still love pigmentation. The only problem I have is that if I put this beside, because just imagine that this is the Urban Decay Urban Decay Cherry palette. So if I just put this beside this one, you know, there's a lot of similarities. Hope you guys can see, but there's a lot of similarities. Like all the shades are dupeable. This brown. Like, you can get the shades. You definitely can get the shades. So, and I'm already keeping this, and I think I'm gonna keep the cherry palette from Urban Decay as well. So I kind of have to let this one go. But honestly, if you are looking for which eyeshadow palette to get from Profusion, if you're able to get your hands on the Amber Eyes, definitely get it. It's a beautiful palette. I wish there was a black shade, but it's still a beautiful palette altogether. But I'll be letting her go. This is the Chestnut Eyes palette. Now, this one also reminds me of one of the Urban Decay palettes. Actually, let me get it. Snap. I think I got rid of it in my last declutter, but it's the beach vibes or beach something, blue packaging. If I find it, I'll put it on the screen, but it does remind me of that. And yeah, I have these shades a couple of times over in my collection. But I do love the quality of this. This is also a really good eyeshadow palette from Profusion. So if you're able to get your hands on it, do get it. I am gonna declutter it, however. Next up is this eyeshadow palette from Black Op. This is their brown nude palette. Beautiful. I used the hell out of this palette when I first received it. The only thing I hate, you can tell, is how it's pressed in the pan. It's pressed so high that when you swipe your brush on it, it just spreads everywhere. It looks really, really messy. But if you don't mind that, this is a really good neutral type of eyeshadow palette. Worth it. I loved it at the time, but I think I've got better palettes that I reach for more, so I'm going to be getting rid. I think we're doing pretty good. So next up is the Beauty Crop Espresso Your Love eyeshadow palette. Now, I did an ad for the Beauty Crop on Instagram, and I used this palette. Honestly, when they sent me this palette, I was like, girl, here we go. But the minute I started using it, I was like, girl. The quality of this palette is so good. I just wish the pan sizes were a little bit bigger. Just a little bit bigger. But it was so good that I bought one and gifted it to my mom. That is how good the quality is. I wish there was a black, but I could live with it if you're doing just neutral eyeshadow looks. There's some of the shimmer shades you can use as highlighters. I think I use these two as highlighters. Gorgeous palette. It is a gorgeous palette, but again, it doesn't have that essential black. It isn't my go-to eyeshadow palette, so I think I'm gonna get rid. Got one or two from Revolution. This is the iHeart Revolution Coffee palette, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's so pretty, so stinking pretty. And this is what the inside looks like. I like this color story. I haven't used this palette, but I do like this color story, and I am gonna use it. I have plans for it, so I'm not getting rid of it because I do like the color story. I love how cool tone it is. Some of these shades, Espresso, Americano, they look really fun to me. So I definitely do want to give this one a go. So I'm keeping. And then the second one is the Hot Dog palette, which looks like this. So this one as well I am keeping. Oh, it's so pretty, isn't it? Like, it's so stinking pretty. I really do hope it performs as well as I'm hoping it will. I wish there was a black. You guys are gonna hear me say that a lot, but look at this shade called Fairground. Like, I can just imagine that on the lid. I can imagine a wash-off color of this. Maybe introducing a darker green from another palette. Like, there's a lot that can happen with this eyeshadow palette, so I'm keeping. Next up, we've got a couple of Ofra palettes. Now, these are going to be a little bit difficult for me, so let's go through them one after the other, like a big girl. So this one, these are their signature palettes. So this one is called signature palette Luxe. So it's called Luxe. Brand new, haven't used it, not getting rid. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I have plans for this. I've been having plans for this for the last year, but I'm really gonna get to it. So yeah, I'm not getting rid. These Ofra mini palettes are just stunning. Why is my camera shaking so much? Hopefully I fixed the shake. This one is the Getaway palette. I've used this on YouTube, I believe, and it was stunning. It was stunning. I think I introduced another eyeshadow palette. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure I've used this because you can see that I've used it and I am keeping. This one is Beachside. Now, this one I didn't particularly love. I remember I didn't particularly love this palette, but this, what's the name of that shade in the middle? Star Island. If I have a highlighter with that shade called Star Island, or another palette with Star Island in it, then I'll get rid. So let's put this on maybe section. Maybe. And then this one is called Galaxy. Oh, I love this one. I use this one. This one's very different for Ofra. A nice purple tone eyeshadow palette and the highlighter as well. Gorgeous. So I'm keeping. And then this one is called Sweet Dreams. Let's get that open. Yeah, I have used this one. Again, I did enjoy this. So it's so stunning. I am going to keep. And then this one is called Symphony. I don't think I've used this. No, I haven't used this one. But look at it. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it just pretty? It's gorgeous. Like, it's just gorgeous. And then this one is called Empower. This is the green one. I haven't used... Oh, I've used one shade, but clearly need to use them more. Maybe these two shades. It is stunning. It is stunning. So I am keeping. So that's the only maybe. So I'm going to check my highlighter drawer. See if I've got a highlighter in Star Island before making my decision. Alright, I don't have it. So, but we're going to just leave it on the side and come back to it. So it's our maybe. And then I've got the Mary Kay compact, so you make your own. So I popped some eyeshadows from Mary Kay. This goes in hand with the face compact that I put together, so I'm definitely keeping this. Alright, so up next, I've got this Pixie Beauty palette. Alright, so up next, I've got this Pixie Beauty palette. This is Hazelnut Haze. I haven't used it, but I did say that I do want to use my Pixie palettes. I actually pulled a Pixie palette into a Shop My Stash, so I do want to give them a go. I'm not just going to declutter for decluttering purposes. I do want to give it a go. They are small palettes, which are great for traveling, so I'm going to keep this for now. See how I get on. Next up, I've got this eyeshadow palette from Revolution. This is their glass mirror palette. I do think you can still pick this up from the Revolution website. I think it might be in the sales section. Don't hold me to it. But I really do love this palette. It's a shame that it didn't get the love and attention it deserved because of all the scandal around it. It's a shimmer heavy palette, but it's still a very, very beautiful, well done eyeshadow palette from Revolution. This is one of their better quality palettes, so I'm definitely keeping this one. And then I've got its sister palette called Black Ice. This one was my favorite out of the two. I mean, the packaging alone is gorgeous, but we're not here for packaging, we're here for quality. This is my type of eyeshadow palette, you know, very grungy, very sexy, deep tones. Again, still a very shimmer heavy palette, but I don't have a color story like this in my collection, you know, with the silvers and the blacks and pops of red. I don't have one like this, so I am gonna keep this. And then I've got the Revolution Pro palette. This is the Regeneration Legendary palette. I haven't used it. I haven't used it, but I do like the color story. I don't have a color story with purples like this, purples and peach or orange, and I do love the marble effect. But I have had this palette for a while, so what I'll probably do is the palettes that I want to put in my next Shop My Stash, I'll put them together so that we can review it at the time. So for now, I'm going to keep this. This was from the first declutter, which is the cinnamon palette, which I decided to keep, so I'm not going to bother opening that. Next is the Makeup Obsession Vibing palette. Now, this was a gift from my girl Makeup for Days. Definitely go check her out if you guys are Makeup Revolution or even just eyeshadow palette junkies or makeup junkies. Definitely go check her out. She does amazing hauls and I really do love her videos. So she did gift me this palette and I used it in one of my Shop My Stash, and honestly it was just laborious trying to keep the look on. It's just, it fades. It's beautiful when you apply it, like when you finally get it's looking pigmented, but then it just fades throughout the day. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Next, I've got this one from Pixie, but I have used this palette, I believe. This is a collaboration palette with an influencer, so I think this is Heat Defensor, and I do remember I've used 1 or 2 shades from this palette, and I did like the pigmentation of this palette. It is very, very pretty, but it is a shimmer heavy palette. I think you've only got like a few soft mattes or like some weird looking matte type of shades, but it's very light. So I do have to combine this with another eyeshadow palette. But as I said, I do want to give my Pixie palettes a chance. So I am going to keep this for now. God, I'm keeping a lot this time, aren't I? The next one is also Pixie, and this is the Reflex Light palette. And again, very, very shimmer heavy eyeshadow palette. I have swatched one of the shades. I can't really remember how it performs, but it's just a full shimmer palette. Again, I do want to give it a go. Like, let's give it a go, guys. Let's give it a go. This one I have used, and this is the Natural Beauty palette, and it's very, very cool tone. Very, very cool tone, but it's the type of cool tone that does nothing for my skin tone. If you're a lot lighter than me, this is gonna look sexy, grungy, like smoky eye. On me, it just looks dusty. The only shades that looked really pretty were the shimmer shades. The matte shades just looked really, really dusty, so I am gonna get rid of this one. Next, I've got the ColourPop Mandalorian The Child palette. Do you believe I haven't used this palette? Like, I haven't even swatched it. I haven't done anything with this palette. I forgot about this palette. It's gorgeous. It's green. It's gorgeous. I need to get to use it. Like, what am I like? I bought it to do a review, and then I forgot to do a review. What am I like? So I'm keeping. This one I did do a review and I bought it at the same time. This is the Wine and Only from ColourPop, and I love this eyeshadow palette. Definitely check out the look that I created using this palette. It's so pretty, very, very sexy, very grunge. So I am definitely keeping this. The color story is just stunning. Stunning, stunning palette. I feel like I'm keeping a lot this time around. This is the XX Revolution Gold Crush Shadow palette. I do have a review on my YouTube channel using this palette, and I love this palette. The pigmentation of this palette is stunning. Love the size, perfect for traveling, and I'm gonna keep it because it's so unique. I don't have a 3D palette like this in my collection. This is about the only 3D effect eyeshadow palette that I have, so I am definitely gonna keep it. Plus the quality is amazing. The pigmentation of this palette is stunning. Definitely check out my video trying out the XX Revolution Gold Crush or Gold Collection. Definitely check it out because this is a really, really good palette from Revolution. Keeping. All right, so I believe we are in Revolution territory. So this is all right, let's just bring them all out because you guys, I'm sick of myself. I'm tired of myself. So I got the entire collection and I blame Makeup for Days. I blame Tolu. I blame you because I didn't originally have the entire collection, and Revolution did send me a lot of these palettes, and a few of them I purchased. I think I purchased about 3 of them. Revolution sent the rest, but I do blame you. So this is the Smoke and Mirrors palette, and it's blue. Let me tell you something, I'm not getting rid of any of these because these are just gorgeous palettes and I love them, and I occasionally use them. So, oh god, this is so pretty. Blue, stunning. Swatched it. Doesn't even look like I've disturbed the palette, but I've used it, I've swatched it. I love this color story. I mean, it's blue, it's gorgeous. What are you talking about? Keeping. Nude and nude on nude. It's not nude. It's not a nude palette, so don't worry about like, it's not the type of nude you're looking for. It's beautiful. It's got some berry tones in there. That rose gold shade is stunning. That brown is stunning. A black would have made this a well-balanced palette, but I don't care. I love it. It's stunning. A lot of these palettes are dupes for the Pat McGrath palettes, which I did end up buying. I'm tired of myself, honestly. That's why I'm tired of myself. So this is the Rock and Royal palette. Purple. This is the only one that looks disturbed, like I've used it, but I promise you I've used all of them. And it's gorgeous. I'm keeping them all. I don't care if I already have the Pat McGrath palettes. I don't care. Night and Day. This one's stunning. Oh yeah, you can definitely tell that I've used this one a lot. I love it. It's stunning. It's beautiful. It just works beautifully well on my eyes. This is definitely a dupe for one of the Pat McGrath palettes, which I'm also gonna keep. Truth or Dare. This one I loved. Look at the golds. Look at the blue. Like, Revolution, you need to come out with more of these types of palettes, because whatever formulation is in these palettes, I want it in everything. Bronzed and Glow. Sorry, the palette is a bit dirty. I love this. Look at that. And it has that all essential black. Stunning. Beautiful palette. Beautiful. Definitely keeping. Sorry. And then this one was my latest purchase to complete the collection. Did I need it? No, because I have the Pat McGrath version. But did I go ahead and buy it? Yes, I did. You know? Yeah. Stunning. Stunning. Keeping. Unapologetically keeping all of them. Let's dive into newer palettes. So this is a Forever Flawless palette from Revolution. This is the Friends Forever Flawless called I'll Be There For You. And I've used this one time on YouTube. Okay, but I've swatched it, but I've used it one time here on YouTube, and it was all right. I mean, it didn't blow me away. It was okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it. It was okay. Didn't blow me away, but it was all right. This one is called We're on a Break. And I am a Friends fan, but I'm not gonna keep the palette because I'm a Friends fan. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're talking about the colors here. This is a beautiful color. Excuse me. This is a very beautiful palette. Love the colorful color story. Did swatches of this. I did use 1 or 2 shades. It was okay. It was okay. But I do have this colors in other more colorful eyeshadow palettes that I love the consistency of. I do like Forever Flawless formula, but I think I'm ready to let this one go. Let it go. The Revolution Integrity Wild Animal palette. This is a stunning palette. The prints in it, it's beautiful. Have I used it maybe once? It's a shimmer heavy palette. Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I'm ready to get rid of that one, so maybe we'll come back to that. This one was part of their Christmas collection. Forget what year. Was this last year or the year before? Can't remember. Mega Star Diamond Edition. And I think it was the year before. And it's beautiful. I've used 1 or 2 shades in this palette. Not dark enough for me. I'm gonna get rid. I was thinking there. It just isn't dark enough. I like the packaging and everything, but it's just not dark enough. And then I've got this version, which is Crystal Luxe. I think one of these palettes came broken, but I glued it. I think it was this one. Yeah, this one came broken at the hinge, but I did glue it. Out of the two, this is the one that I would keep if I was gonna keep any of them. But there's a lot of like pressed glitters in this palette, and honestly, you guys, I've come to the realization that I like loose glitters because I like to manipulate it myself. So I'm gonna get rid of this one. Let's quickly, okay, one more in this before I quickly come back. This is one of my favorite palettes. This is the Reloaded Velvet Rose palette. I've got seasons when I come and when I use this palette religiously because it's a beautiful everyday type of eyeshadow palette. It's only £4, I think, £4. It's got black, it's got the browns, it's got the rose golds, it's got the pinks. It's beautiful. It's an easy everyday eyeshadow palette, and the quality is really, really good. So I am going to keep this. It reminds me of the Soft Glam palette from Revolution. No, it's Revolution. Soft Glam palette from ABH. So, and I do have that palette, but I don't care. I really like this one. Back to the Integrity palette. I think I'm going to keep this for now. Now let's leave it as a maybe. Let's leave it as a maybe with the Ofra palette, and I'll come back to it. Right, just to say that I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, so I'm gonna be ending this very, very soon. Very soon, I hope, once I complete that shelf. Right, so next up is the Golden Honey palette, and this is from Makeup Obsession. As you can see, I have used this quite a lot. I used this in Shop My Stash. I've used it in normal videos, and I do like this eyeshadow palette. It's beautiful. I wish there was a black, but it's a beautiful neutral everyday type of shadow. I love the quality of it. It is a stunning palette. Keeping. This is the So Jaded Kathleen Lights X Colourpop, and for the longest time I wanted this eyeshadow palette, and then when I finally picked it up and used it, it just kind of felt blah to me. Like, I've only used it once. No, not once. Maybe twice. And I pulled it into a Shop My Stash, but it's just feeling blah to me. But for the fact that I've wanted this eyeshadow palette for a long time, I'm willing to give it another go. But best believe that I will get rid of this palette if it just doesn't do it for me. But so far, it's just, yeah, I'll keep it for now anyway. All right, a few Forever Flawless palettes. So this is the Chilled with Cannabis Sativa. I'm gonna make you guys laugh. I have never used this palette. I've swatched this several times, and I don't think I've ever used it on my eyes. But will I ever get rid of it? I don't know. Because I like it so much. It's such a beautiful green eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna keep it. It does have a few of those putty shades. It does have a pressed glitter shade, but girl, I think I haven't given it I can't justify getting rid of it because I've swatched this so many times. I've done so many comparisons with other palettes, but I've just never used it on my eyes. Like, how mad is that? So I will keep it for now. Fire palette. The Revolution Flawless Fire palette. See, I love my palettes. I know my palette names. Fire palette. Packaging's gorgeous. I've used this. I love this. It's beautiful. But I do have these colors in other palettes. So, and I haven't reached for this in a long ass time. I'm gonna get rid. I haven't reached for it in a long time. So let's get rid of her. Bye. This one is the Ice palette. This is the sister palette. I think they both came out at the same time. And this was said to be a dupe for the Blue Blood palette, which I still have because it's still a stunning palette. And it is a dupe. There are a lot of dupeable shades. This palette is gorgeous. This palette quality is really, really good. So I am going to hang on to this one because I might get rid of the Blue Blood palette. I might. And plus, the Blue Blood palette was my one full blue eyeshadow palette. And I'm not able to use it because you guys don't want to hear anything to do with Jeffree Star. And I don't want problems for myself. So no, I'm not going to use it. Anyway, this one is the Constellation palette. And I didn't really like this palette because... Oh no, it's not this one. Oh, I know the one I didn't really like. This is not the one. Anyway, so this is this one. And maybe I've used it once. I'm looking at the colors and it's okay. It's beautiful. I think I'm gonna get rid. Get rid of it. Okay. Birds of Paradise. This one is colorful. Colorful palette. Ooh, yeah. This one I'd rather keep rather than the Friends one. The name skipped my mind. I wish there weren't those two glitter shades in there, but it's colorful. It's neon. I haven't used it. I'll keep this one. I think this is the one I don't like. This is the Showstopper palette. Or maybe I've already got rid of the one I don't like. I'm not sure. We're gonna find out now. Yeah, this is not it. This is not it. I think I've already got rid of the one I don't like. So this is Showstopper. Never used it. The purples are not deep at all. They're very light, very washy. This is not the type of purple palette I like to wear. So, it's brand new. I haven't used it. I'm going to get rid. And then I've got a few of the New Neutrals palettes. This is the blushed palette. I haven't used this. A few pressed glitters. The tones are pretty, but not as dark as I like. I'm very, very specific now. Like, if it doesn't really work for me, I'm not going to force it to work for me. So... she's leaving. This one is Passion palette. Oh, I've used this one. It's pretty. It's pretty. I think this is, yeah, this is a putty shade. It's pretty, but it's not dark enough for me. And there's no black to make it dark enough for me. So she's going. This one I love. This one is the Smoked palette. This one was stunning. You can tell. You can always tell the ones that I like because those are the ones that have a lot of my imprints and stuff in. This one I'd have to use with another eyeshadow palette, but I don't really mind because I do love the color story of this. There are 3 pressed glitters in this. I did try one, but I didn't particularly love it, so I would avoid those. I'll keep this one. Alright, it's going to get a little harder here because I've got a lot of new Revolution palettes that I haven't used yet. So, alright, this is the Disney The Princess and Frog palette. I recently got this. This is collaboration with Revolution, and this is Princess Tiana. And as I said, I recently picked this up and I haven't used it. I don't think I've got plans to use this, to be honest. I think I only just bought it because it's Princess Tiana, and I really love color story. So pretty. So pretty. Keeping. This one as well is from Revolution. This is Fortunes and Crystals palette. Brand new, never used. And I'm gonna keep her because I haven't used them. And though the purple, oh, I'm not doing that. Though the purple in this palette is quite light, for me, I still want to give it a go. I still want to use it because it's so pretty. Still want to try. So I'm going to keep this one. Again, I blame Makeup for Days for this because I saw her video and I was like, I want it. I gotta have it. So I picked them up. A lot of these palettes is because of her. So this is the Good Luck Charms palette. A lot of these palettes I picked up after watching her video. So, you guys, Good Luck Charm. It's got the greens. I mean, it's, where is it? Okay. Breaking stuff. It's got the greens. It's got the tones that I love. It's pretty. It's got everything that I need in my life. It's a fair balance of matte to shimmer shades. It's all right. I will use them. I promise. I think. Okay, so those are them. And then I have a few XX Revolution palettes. Again, I blame Makeup for Days because she did an unboxing of XX Revolution palettes that she recently picked up, and I just went out and bought a few of them. Revolution did send me 1 or 2 originally, which I will show you guys in a bit if I can get this out. Oh my god, I can't get it out of the packaging. This purple one. That goes to show that they need to not be in their packaging, probably. Alright, so this one is the Decadent Luxe. Looking at this packaging, you would think it's going to be full purple goodness. No, it's not. It's not. It's a lot of neutrals. It's pretty, but I could have done with a few darker purples. You know what I mean? Like, but it's still stunning. It's still stunning. I think I've used one shade and maybe swatched it. Like, I know I've not been swatching for you guys, but oh, look at that. So pretty. So pretty. So I'm keeping this one for sure. And then I've got this one called Midnight Luxe. Hopefully this one comes out of the packaging with ease. Yep, this one slides out real nice. And yeah, Midnight Luxe. I've used this one. Yeah, this is one of the Revolution. This is one of the palettes that Revolution did send to me, and I've used 1 or 2 shades from this, and it's stunning. It's my cup of tea. Grungy, beautiful balance of matte to shimmer shades. It's stunning, stunning. It is shimmer heavy. I don't know what I was talking about being good balance of matte to shimmer shades. Like, what are you talking about? And then this one is Tuxedo. This is definitely one of the ones Revolution sent. Brown, you would think. It's not. This one is nice. I've used this one as well. It's shimmer heavy. Shimmer heavy. Stunning. I still want to keep it. So I'm keeping this one. It's getting hard, you guys. I feel like I'm keeping everything. Vortex. This one I love. Oh, look at the packaging. It's just gorgeous. This one has some very beautiful blues in it. I give it that. Some very, very beautiful blues in it. So I am definitely going to keep this one. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Swatches really well as well. So I'm keeping those. And then I've got a few more new neutrals. Oh no, one more new neutral. And this is the New Neutral Luxe Shadow Palette. Oh, this is the one that's supposed to be a dupe for the Huda Beauty New Nude that I got rid of. And it's alright. I think I actually prefer this one to the Huda Beauty one because it's slightly darker. But I'm going to get rid of this. I don't really particularly enjoy it. There's no black. It's not dark enough still. So, go. And then I've got the Revolution Pro 24K Gold palette. I did a video using this and a few other products from the 24K Gold collection. And I do love this palette. It's a stunning palette. 2 pressed glitters in it, but I mean, it's stunning. It's stunning. I don't know who told Revolution it's okay to put a base in there, so let's ignore the base and let's ignore the 2 pressed glitters. It's a good palette, so I'm going to keep this one. Few smaller palettes. I've got the Revolution Ultimate Nudes Dark palette. Though I did a video using this palette, you guys should definitely check it out. I think I did say that I wish the tones were darker. It's very beautiful, very pigmented. It's just not as dark as I would like it to be, especially as it's marketed as dark. I expect these shades to be really dark and grungy type of shades, or grungy neutral shades. It isn't dark enough, so I'm going to get rid of this one. And then I've got the Lottie London palette. This is the Rust palette. I did do a video using this palette and I do love the pigmentation of this one. So I'm going to keep this. I haven't used these 2 yet, so I'm going to keep them. This one is called the Rose Golds. Honestly, looks can be deceiving. I was deceived by the Rust, thinking it wasn't going to be dark enough, but then boom, bam, shebang, blew me away. So I'm going to hopefully get the same effect from those ones. And then this one is called the Mauves, which looks more purpley lilac to me, but whatever. So we're gonna give these a go. Keeping. All right, last few for this video. So this is the Friends X Revolution Taxi palette. I haven't used this one. I don't think. I swatched it, but I haven't used it. I'm trying to get it open without ruin. Or maybe I haven't swatched it. I don't think I swatched it. I think I've just nicked it a few times. It's a neutral palette, cool tone. I do love the fact that it has a black, shimmer heavy. I think I'm gonna get rid of this palette, to be honest. Like, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. So get rid. And then I've got the I Heart Revolution Curses and Hexes. This is also new. I purchased this after watching Makeup for Days, girl. And I haven't used this, but it's a very beautiful cool tone type of eyeshadow palette. I do love the purples in here. I do want to give it a go. I want to give these palettes a go. Like, I need to get into my series. Honestly, you guys, I need to get into my series of makeups that I said I want to do. Time is everything, so I'm going to keep that one. Next, I've got this one. This was also a gift from Makeup for Days, I believe. This is the Feels palette, and this is what it looks like. It's so pretty, but it's so light. I think that's one of the reasons why I haven't used it. Plus, it's very shimmer heavy. I do have a friend who's a lot lighter than I am who will love this. So I hope Makeup for Days doesn't mind. I'm going to gift it to my friend. So this is leaving my collection. And then this is the Lobster palette from the Friends X Revolution collaboration. This is the one that I used, and I really do love this palette. So I think I loved it. It's beautiful. The colors are stunning. The look that I created is very, very pretty. I wish it was darker. I wish there was a darker shade. That's fine, but it's just, yeah. I'm gonna get rid of this. I know I'm crazy. Am I gonna regret it? I don't know. I'm gonna get rid of it. Let me stick to my guns. I'm gonna get rid of it. All right, so this is the Ultimate Crystal Adorned palette. Oh, so pretty. This one's not going anywhere, I'll tell you that. So stinking beautiful. I do have a look. I do have a review of this palette up on my channel. It's from Revolution Pro. The quality is so soft. It's so pretty. There are a few pressed glitters in here that I don't particularly care for. It is a very shimmer heavy palette, but you do have a few mattes. So I don't mind combining another palette with this one. So I'm going to keep this one. Next up, I've got All We Have Is Now palette. I believe this was also a gift from Makeup for Days, I believe. This is from, this is Makeup Obsession. And this is what it looks like. Again, a lot of, I'm not going to pull it up because it's brand new. A lot of light shades. It is a pretty eyeshadow palette, but it's so light. So I think I'm going to gift this as well to my friend. So it's going to leave my collection. Got the collaboration with Raddy. This is the Raddy Dusk palette. Now this is the type of palette that I like because it's dark, it's deep, it's gonna show up really nicely on my skin tone. So I'm gonna keep this one. I haven't used, have I? Maybe once. I think I pulled it into a Shop My Stash, but I have swatched it a few times and I do like the pigmentation of this palette. So I'm gonna keep this one. And okay, I think that's everything I want to show you guys in this video. So let me put all the palettes that I'm keeping away, and then I'm gonna count how many palettes I'm getting rid of, and yeah, we'll go from there. Once out, and we're also gonna look at the ones that I put in the maybe. All right, let's quickly look at the two maybes. So I've got the Ofra Beachside palette, which I think I'm gonna keep for now. And then the Revolution Integrity palette, which looks like this. I think I'm going to keep this as well. Yeah, I'm going to keep these two. So I'm keeping those two. Let's count how many palettes I'm getting rid of. Let's pop them in the frame so you guys can see. It's a lot.
We did good. Let's count it all up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23,
25, 26, 27 palettes. So I'm getting rid of 27 eyeshadow palettes this time round, which isn't bad. I'm doing really good. So 27 in total. And I'm also counting the one that I said I'm taking out of my collection and I'm adding it to my client section. So yeah, not bad at all. So if you guys enjoyed this declutter video, definitely give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I should hopefully be coming back to you guys with a part 3 shortly, but yeah, I have to do this, kind of have to condense things. So I hope this inspires someone to go through their collection. And remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I do a lot of reviews, tutorials, fashion posts. I am a plus size content creator as well, so definitely check out my channel, see if there are videos that you love, and if that will encourage you to subscribe if you haven't. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, God doesn't like ugly. Be nice to someone today, and Black lives always matter. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.